Hello there, Whipper here, and today I'm going to be showing you a mod called the Smart Moving mod, which basically adds new methods of movement as well as new player animations into Minecraft. So there's loads of new methods of movement, such as sliding and hanging from ledges and cool stuff like that, and they're really fun to use. But I think the first thing I'm going to show you is the actual new controls that this mod adds. So if you go to the controls menu here, you can see we've got loads of new controls here. The one that's really important is the grab key. You can see it's just below the sneak here, and I've bound it to left control, but I think by default it's B or G or something like that, but I suggest you rebind it to something more comfortable to you really. And then down here you can see we've got like buttons to change the configuration and the increase and decrease speed buttons, but I'll get into what these do later. But for now we're just going to concentrate on the grab feature and things you can do with that. But the first thing I actually want to show you is called the charge jump. And to pull this one off, all you need to do is press the crouch key and then hold down your jump button as well as the crouch key, and then you can see we've got some blue arrows that have appeared above my hearts here, and then once this bar's full you should be able to let go of jump and you'll pop up. I think it pops you up about 2 blocks maximum. You can see I only just cleared this 2 block high wall, and it's just a good way of getting up 2 block high walls, I suppose, instead of having to put down a block and jump on that and then remove the block. So yeah, that's the charge jump. And bear in mind that if you let go earlier, you don't jump as high. But the next one actually implements the new grab feature, and to pull this off, I'll just go into F5 mode here to show you how it works. You just press your grab key, whatever you've bound that to, and you'll instantly grab hold of the ledge above your head. And then all you have to do to scale the wall is just press your W key, or whatever you're using to go up things. So there we go, I've just climbed up the wall and I'm on top of it. So yeah, you can see there, that's how you grab and climb up stuff. And you can also use the grab button to safely get down big drops. So you can see here, this is a 3 block drop, and if I jump down here I'd actually take some damage, but to safely descend it, all you need to do is walk slowly off the ledge and then hold down your grab key like so. And basically you just grab onto the edge of the ledge and slowly drop yourself down, and then all you have to do is let go of your grab key and you'll drop down nice and safely without taking any fall damage at all. Also, you don't actually have to climb directly up using the grab key, so I'm just going to jump here and then press the grab key, and I should be holding onto this ledge. At the moment all I'm pressing is the grab key, nothing else. You can actually just like crawl or slide across the ledge you're actually grabbing onto, like so. And it just looks like you're a crab or something like that, but using your hands. You can just easily slide across and then climb up just by pressing the W key when you've had enough and you just want to climb up. And there you go. So yeah, you can also do that while grabbing things. But the next one is actually quite cool, and this is the new ladder climbing animation. So here we've just got a normal ladder, and when I climb up it you can see my arms actually go up and down, and so my legs, like I'm actually walking up the rungs of the ladder. Normally you just like slide up the ladders, if you've seen that in vanilla Minecraft, and it looks a bit weird, but now it actually looks like you're sensibly climbing up a ladder instead of just hovering there. Another feature of this mod is that if you remember back to old versions of Minecraft when people used to put gaps between ladders to save ladders, and that used to work because you could just climb up them like normal, and they patched that so it no longer works in vanilla Minecraft. But now, thanks to this mod, you can now do it again. So here we go, you can just climb up. As you can see, I just keep going up the ladders, I stand on top of the ladder and automatically grab to the bottom of the next one. So if you've got any old maps and you want to still be able to use the ladders in them, you could install this mod and all the ladders would be functional again. And I really love the animation that comes with that, it's brilliant. So there we go, and that's the ladder climbing features. So the next feature is vine climbing, and you may have thought this is actually pretty similar to ladder climbing because in vanilla Minecraft they just have the same kind of functionality, but now thanks to this mod they're slightly different in the animation you get when you climb them. So when I'm going to start climbing this vine, you can see my legs are kind of moving in a synchronous manner. They're moving together and pushing me slowly up the vines, and also my arms are angled inwards towards the vine, and pretty much the way I've described this is like a rope being dropped down, and then you try and climb the rope by just holding onto the rope and then shuffling yourself up the rope in that kind of manner, if you've ever done anything like that. So there we go, that's the new animation for the vines. Now it's not only a new animation that has been done to the vines, there's also a new functionality which enables you to actually climb vines that have no blocks behind them, because in vanilla Minecraft you're only able to climb up vines that have blocks behind them, but now thanks to this mod it doesn't really matter anymore. And to show you this, I'm just going to walk up to this vine here, and you can see as soon as I walk up to the vine I've automatically gone into the vine climbing position, and then to climb the actual vine, even though there's no block behind them, all you have to do is press the space button. There you can see I'm just climbing up the vine with no care in the world that it's actually got nothing supporting it, and all you have to do is just press space and you'll climb all the way to the top like so. So you don't have to worry about vines having to have blocks behind them anymore. But next up, I think is the coolest feature in this mod, and that is the climb across ceilings. Now currently this only works with iron bars. Maybe in the future they might add different blocks that this works with, like fences or something, but for the moment you're only going to be able to grab on to iron bars on the ceiling. And I'll just go into F5 view to show you this in a better detail really. So I'm just going to jump up and then press the grab key, and you can see both my arms have gone up, and now I'm grabbing onto the iron bars. And then you just use W, A, S and D to move around the bars. So you can just move left and right and then forwards, and yeah, and you can just crawl across, and then once you reach the end of it you should instantly drop down like so. And you can just scale ceilings where there's iron bars and get to those hard to reach locations without having to do bridges or anything like that. It's kind of cool. But the next one is the crawling feature. Now the order you press these keys in really does matter, so be careful when you're doing this. But to actually pull off a crawl, all you need to do is press the crouch key followed by the grab key, and you'll see you'll go into like a prone state when you're on the ground, and then you just pull yourself along and your legs are pushing like that, and then you can crawl through very tight spaces. So you can see here this is a 1x1 space, and I'm managing to fit through it, and when I turn around my whole body appears to be in a block. Just ignore that, that's just a bit of a bug. I don't know what else you'd do there really, it just gets stuck in the blocks, oh well. So you could just crawl along and then escape out the other side, and there you go. That's the crawling functionality. So very good if you've got loads of pipes around your house and you just want to crawl around the pipes like you're in some kind of action movie or something. But next up is the slide feature. Now this one is pretty much the opposite of the crawling feature, because you have to press the grab key first and then the crouch key while sprinting. Now this is going to be kind of hard to reach all the keys for this, since they're in a really awkward position for me. So here we go, I'm going to sprint and then press the grab key and the crouch key, and there we go. You can see I did a nice slide and then appeared at the other end. And if you happen to keep holding down the keys even after you finish the slide, then you'll just go into a proning or crawling state, as I just showed you there. So to actually stop doing the slide, you just let go of both keys. Let me just demonstrate that again for you. So sliding and then let go, and you stop doing the slide. But the last feature in this set, in this world to be more specific, is the jumping to the left, right and back. So all you have to do for this is double tap the relevant buttons. So if I double tap A really fast, you can see I do this little weird stance, and do the same with the right, like and I think this is really cool when you do the back method, because if I just double tap D, it looks like I'm really scared of something or seen something horrifying, because you just double tap D, you're like ah! Oh yeah, that was a terrible scream, but you know what I mean. It just looks like you're scared of something, you're just jumping back in a horrified manner. So there we go. I don't really know what the use of this is. Maybe for spiders just like charged at you. I don't know if that's the correct term for use of that. You could just like double tap D and you wouldn't get any damage. But I haven't actually tested that out. You'll have to test that out yourself, because I hate spiders. I'm not going to subject myself to torture of going up to spiders just to test out if that's actually working. But there we go. Now I'm going to go over to the different world to show you some of the features that involve water. So some of the more eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed that I've changed location. Now I've found some water, so I can actually show you the water-based animations that this mod introduces into the game, and also the diving animation and how you can actually perform a dive. So the first thing I think I'm going to show you is how to dive, and look over there, there's a jungle temple. Although there doesn't appear to be a jungle anywhere near here, so I don't know how that works, but there we go, just a randomly generated jungle temple over there. But anyway, we're just going to climb up this ladder, and now I'm going to show you how you can actually perform a dive. And make sure before you dive that you're jumping into water that's deeper than 2 blocks, because if you jump into water that's less than 2 blocks deep, then it's going to hurt and you're going to take a lot of damage. So here we go, I'm just going to get a nice run up for this on my little makeshift diving board here. And to actually pull off a dive, all you need to do is be running, and then you press the grab key followed by space, hold down space in the grab key, and then once you let go of space, you're going to perform the dive, and you'll know you're doing it correctly because you'll get little like blue arrows above your heart, in a similar fashion to the charged jump. So anyway, I'm just going to run, press grab, then space, and then there we go. I let go of space and I perform the dive. I might just do that again actually, just to show you again how you can use it. But this time, just to show you how it does damage you, I'm going to do a dive directly onto solid ground, because everyone likes me seeing me hurt myself, obviously. But anyway, let's just climb to the top and go to the end, and we're just going to run, press grab, hold space, let go of space, and bang! Ouch, look at how many hearts that took away. It's a miracle how I'm still alive. Don't try that at home, kids. I think your brain would be probably a bit squished by that. Your whole head would just be flattened. Yeah, don't do that at home. That would be terrible. Terrible idea. But let's just do it one more time into water and see if we can get a bit more distance into it, because we keep landing quite close to the shore, which is not very handy. So here we go. And after that I can show you these swimming animations, as you'll probably see when I land in the water. So here we go, let's just run, press space, boom! Yeah, look at that, made it to some of the deeper water that time. And here we go, this is the new swimming animation. So you can see here I've got a new swimming animation, my hands are going back and forwards, my arms and my legs are going like that as well, like I'm actually swimming for once. And actually if you press space and go to the surface, you do a different kind of swimming, like so. You can see my head moving from left to right here to actually get some breath, and my legs kicking up and down like that, so it's a proper swimming animation. Nothing new in the swimming functionality. You can just go down by just looking down, up by pressing space of course, just like in normal Minecraft. And yeah, it's just better swimming really, it just has newer animations, it looks a lot more awesome. So there we go. So there are also some new animations for flying in creative mode. So you can see here I'm just hovering in the air and my arms are like at 180-degree angles and my legs are just slightly moving, and as I start to fly you're going to see the change in animation. My arms go forwards and my legs go really far back, and I'm just going to be making like a Superman pose, but with 2 arms instead of 1, I suppose. I don't know how else to describe this, but you can see what it looks like for yourself. But the coolest new animation to do with flying and falling and stuff like that is the falling animation. So if I just go really high up now and then just stop flying, you can see my arms flail around everywhere and so do my legs, and you just pop to the ground like that. It's just the coolest animation ever for falling. So if you wanted to jump off a cliff and die in style, yep, you could do that. That's the new animation for falling. And whoa, that was a glitching out cloud there, but look how awesome that is. Boom. So yeah, there's that. Also, there's a new way of flying around, because in creative normally to actually go up you just press the spacebar and then shift to go down, but now with this mod you could use space and shift, but now you can actually look where you want to go as well. So if I want to go down I just look towards the ground, and then if I want to go up I just look towards the sky, like so, and that's how you can actually fly around your world much more smoothly and easily, other than just pressing space and shift. Now I'm going to go on to the configuration of the mod and the different difficulty modes and stuff like that. So actually, just before I go into talking about the configuration options, I forgot to mention the new sprint key that has been introduced by this mod. So if you actually go into controls, you can see we've got a new sprint key here. Now I know in 1.7 there's actually been a sprint key added, but this is 1.6 and there actually wasn't a sprint key in 1.6, and now there is, thanks to this mod. And the difference between this sprint and the normal Minecraft sprint is that it's much faster. So here you can see a normal Minecraft sprint, and now when I press R you can see I'm actually much faster than the default Minecraft sprint speed. When I press the R key you can actually see a noticeable difference in the amount of speed I've got. So there you go, that's the sprinting functionality. So, did anyone just notice how many sheep there are dotted around? Look, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14... Oh my god, I'm counting sheep. Why am I doing that in the middle of a video? That's something you do when you want to fall asleep and you can't fall asleep. But anyway, back to what I was actually meant to be talking about. I've actually just switched myself over to the hard configuration mode for smart moving, and basically what this does is it implements an exhaustion feature. So when I start running you can see I've got a new exhaustion bar which appears above my hunger bar, and when this runs out it means I'm too tired to perform any of the actions in the mod, so I can no longer jump or sprint or actually climb anything at all. And I'm just going to go through now the things that actually deplete this exhaustion bar in hard mode this is. So starting with the basics, just sprinting is going to deplete it, and then sprinting is the R key is going to deplete it faster. Also jumping depletes it, so when you jump it takes away half of this exhaustion bar. Also when you're climbing across ceilings like that there, when you're walking over iron bars or something like that, that also depletes it. And also climbing anything, so if you climb vines or ladders or even simply grabbing onto a ledge will deplete this exhaustion bar. Some things deplete it faster than others, but the worst thing to do is jump, obviously, because that takes away loads of your exhaustion bar. So yeah, you get very tired very fast if you jump a lot, so be wary of that. But anyway, I'm just going to give you a demonstration now of what being exhausted looks like. So if I just keep running like so, eventually it's going to get depleted completely, and now you can see I instantly stop running as soon as my exhaustion bar is completely gone and I'm too tired to do anything else. Also, if I keep trying to jump on the same spot here, I'm jumping, what's junking? Jumping, I mean. So keep jumping, and you can see I can't jump repetitively as fast because I have to wait until I've got 4 of those little lightning bolts before I can actually jump again. So yeah, that's how that system works. And also, if you're starting to climb a ladder and you've got no of your exhaustion bar left, then you're going to just start falling down the ladder instead of climbing up it, because you need some energy to actually climb up it again. So if you just keep climbing up this ladder here, you can see it depletes much slower than running depletes it, but eventually when I get to nothing, I'm going to start going down the ladder like so. You can see there, as soon as it depletes, I started going down the ladder again. So yeah, be wary of that if you're trying to climb ledges or anything, because if your exhaustion bar like fails and you're hanging over the top of a canyon, then it's probably going to be instant death for you. Now I may as well just go over the differences between the 3 difficulty levels, that is easy, medium and hard. So on easy, as you probably noticed earlier, I didn't actually have this exhaustion bar, it didn't exist, but on medium, the exhaustion bar exists, but it's less serious, so you can actually run for longer on medium mode, and also things like climbing along those iron bars doesn't deplete it, or climbing up ladders doesn't deplete it anymore, but things like jumping and sprinting does. So it's basically just in between easy and hard, and it's probably the preferred thing to use if you want a more realistic functionality in this mod. So there's one last feature in this mod that's only in creative mode that enables you to change the speed of the player. Now at the start you may have seen in the options menu there are 2 new controls for increasing and decreasing speed, and these by default are I to decrease the speed of the player and then O to increase it. So if I press I, you can see it says smart moving speed changed to 83.3%, and if I press O it changes it back up to 100%, and you can actually keep going really low like this. So if I set it down to something insanely low like 11.2% and then try and walk, you can see my legs are barely moving and I'm sliding very slowly forwards. So yeah, and then if I do the opposite end of the scale and just like go all the way up to some crazy percentage, like maybe 800, let's go somewhere near that. Yeah, 892%, whoa, look how fast I'm running. And it also affects jumps, so you can see I just jumped across that river there. Whoa, it's insane how fast you go, and that isn't even using sprint. So when I use sprint, it's insane, look how fast I am. I'm like Usain Bolt or something. So yeah, that's the functionality that's added by this mod if you're in creative mode and you just want to have some fun running around everywhere in your world really fast. So yeah, that pretty much sums up everything in the smart moving mod. It basically just adds new player animations as well as new methods of movement and ways of getting around your world into Minecraft, and also the control method for all of these new movements is quite intuitive. I mean, all it does is adds one button that you're going to use a lot, which is the grab key, and all it is a matter of timing and order to actually pull off the moves, and you pick it up quite fast. It took me about 20 minutes to get the hang of everything in this mod. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please remember to leave a like if you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next mod video.